All right, so let's go to our awards. Let's start off with top newcomer in the SEC. Talking JUCO, redshirt freshman, or true freshman.
I'm gonna go with the true freshman. I'm gonna go with Bryce Brown, running back, because I'm interested to see. I can't wait to see how he's gonna do in the SEC. For a guy to cause that much commotion, to pretty much hold out and wait. Now that you come in and he's gonna make you the starter, I want to see. So he has no choice but to break out. So I think he's going to be newcomer of the year.
Absolutely, you gotta love him. Bryce Brown is probably gonna be. I'm gonna be a little different. Let's go to the Bayou. Ruben Randall, the wide receiver, is gonna make noise like AJ Green did and Julio Jones. Speaking of Julio Jones and AJ Green, offensive MVPs. I'm gonna have a split between the two sophomores. Love them both. Don't know who to put on top. I probably put Julio Jones on top, just a little bit, but these two guys are my offensive MVPs. I'm going to be a little different because I know who you going with.
Yeah, you know I have to go with Tim Tebow. The guy has an awesome resume, a Heisman Trophy, 2 national championships. He can get another national championship this year as well as another Heisman Trophy. So I like Tim Tebow.
Jevin Sneed, look out for him also. Defensive side of the ball, who you got?
I'm camping out in Gainesville. I'm going to stay with the Florida Gators, and I'm going to go with Brandon Spikes. He could have came out last year and been one of the top 5 picks in the draft. This guy can really play defensive football. I like Brandon Spikes. He's going to be my defensive player of the year.
I agree with you. It's Brandon Spikes. That's my pick also as defensive player. Pro prospect, let's go to Mount Cody, defensive tackle. He's playing a 3-4 nose tackle now. You know, they love that in the NFL. This guy is the best pro prospect in the SEC.
I'm going to go with Tim Tebow, again, offensively, and I'm going to take Eric Berry from Tennessee as well as Brandon Spikes. Those 2 guys are real good at their position, and the NFL love players that are good at safety and good at linebacker.
So many good players. Rennie Curran, Rolando McClain, Antonio Coleman, Raheem Alem, defense, Greg Hardy. I mean, defense galore over here, and also explosive weapons on offense. What a conference. And let's talk SEC East winner. This is a no-brainer in both of us. I'm assuming you're going to go with the Gators. I'm going to go with the Gators also. That's our pick to win the SEC East. Any comment?
Well, with the Gators and the SEC East, if they can get past Georgia, they'll run through everything. I don't see them losing in the SEC East in conference. I think they'll do fine.
Interesting. Even if they do lose one game, they'll probably get that bit to go back because the last 2 times they won the championship, they also had 1 loss in the season. So they get respect for playing in this brutal, tight division. SEC West, a little more wide open. I'm a little torn on these 3 teams right here. Very interesting. What do you think?
I'm going to go with Alabama. And it was a tough choice between Alabama and LSU. I'm not ready to subscribe to the Ole Miss Hype Machine magazine. So what I'm going to do, it came down to LSU and Alabama. The thing, they're similar teams. LSU has a better running game than Alabama. Alabama has a better defense. You know, they both have inexperienced at quarterbacks. Alabama has a better receiving core, and LSU has a good offensive line, and Alabama is struggling. So it's a toss-up, but I'm going to have to say Alabama. I can't go wrong with that defense. That defense is deadly. They come after the quarterback. I think Alabama take the SEC West.
Well, I told you I was a little skeptical about going with Ole Miss because now everyone knows about them, and now they're the hunted rather than the hunter. And I was going to go with LSU, Bama. Hard schedule for LSU. Bama got the weapons, not as a hard schedule. They got the defense. But you know what? The schedule is manageable, and last year in the beginning of the season, when I mentioned Houston Nutt and look out for Ole Miss, they're going to be on top soon. By the end of the year, everybody was raving about them. I'm going to stick with Houston Nutt and the Rebels of Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss in the SEC West. Let's go with an under-the-radar long shot team to maybe make some noise and be surprised in this conference.
I'm going to go with 2 teams. I'm going to say Vanderbilt because they have those starters return on defense and they have a solid offensive line with a good running game. And I'm also going to go with Tennessee. New coaching staff. The defense can stop the run. Bryce Brown is going to be an impressive freshman. Look for Tennessee to probably shock some people, make some noise, get back into a bowl. And look for Vanderbilt to go to the 2nd consecutive bowl game this year.
I agree with Tennessee, but I'm going to go out on a limb. You know, Tennessee got that defensive coordinator. They're going to play defense. They got the great running back and Bryce Brown. They're going to run it, so that's going to win them games. first-year head coach. Let's go with Georgia. They're under the radar. They got the senior quarterback in Joe Cox. You know, everyone's going to be, oh, they're done. Everyone's going to count them out. They're done. Stafford, Moreno's gone. Guess what? They're healthy now. They're going to try to stay healthy. Offensive line, defensive line is potent. Rennie Curran, underrated linebacker, and they got the defensive back. So let's go with Georgia.
I tell you right now, watch out for Sean Ely. You heard it here first. Awesome running back.
SEC, Gators run supreme. We both agree on the Gators. He takes Alabama in the West. I take Ole Miss in the West. Should be very, very interesting. For more college football previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NCAA.